I'm going to show you how I'm going to repair the carpet. Now, I am not a carpet repairman. I am not a repairman. I'm not certified, trained, licensed in any of this stuff. If you watch any of my videos, you know already. This is a how I do, not a how to. So you're along for the ride. So a while back, we were on vacation, and the dog, he went berserk. He got out of his kennel and went nuts and tore up the carpet in Tasha's office. So all this was all tore out right here where he was trying to get under the door. I guess he figured he's going to chew his way through. I don't know what he was thinking. So anyway, Tasha came along, cut this. He ate through the padding. So I'm going to put some padding on. I'm going to show you how I'm going to repair the carpet. Now, I am not a carpet repairman. I am not a repairman. I'm not certified, trained, licensed in any of this stuff. If you watch any of my videos, you know already. This is a how I do, not a how to. So you're along for the ride. Alright, so this is fairly about the right size. So what I'm going to do, make a mark, make another mark, get me a straight line, cut it, and that's going to be our backing that we need, our padding for the floor. Alrighty, so I got this roughly cut out square. Now there are some areas right here we're going to have to cut. So what I'm going to do is use a sharp blade and cut out those little pieces. Then I'll take a straight edge and finish cutting any residual that I have in here. So now I'm trimming out the little pieces I don't need. Alright, so here we are. There's a little bit of spot right there I'll fix, but other than that, pretty good. Now we'll measure out the carpet. Alright, so that was 43.5 inches. Just turn the carpet over to where the weave part is on the back. I don't know what it's actually called because I'm not a professional. But anyway, what I'm going to do is take my straight edge or my blade, and I'm going to cut a straight line. Alright, so we got the piece cut. Now what I gotta do is trim off. I'm gonna get this straight up to the edge there and then start trimming around. Once I got my template like it ought to be, and I got everything cut like it ought to be, then that's when I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I've got this kind of worked in a little bit. Just use my hand to kind of work all that in. Now I'm getting around to some tricky spots, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right here I've got a little bit to work around here and a little bit to work around there. So what I'm going to do, take my knife, make a cut, and make a cut there. And then hopefully coming up here and coming across here, I'll be able to start working my way around. Alright, so while I'm here, I might as well go ahead and cut this line and go all the way. You can see it's already started right there. Cut all the way to here. Sorry. So from here to here, it's already kind of started in that fold there, so we'll go from there. So there we are there. Now what I'm going to do is slowly start trimming away over here. Now this is where I need to pull all back and then open up door and try to fix it with the door. Not perfect, but it works. Now I'm peel back, figure out where here I need to cut, and just cut a straight line. What I'm doing, these weaves are fairly straight, so I'm just finding a line and going with it. So what I'm doing now is taking my fingers, there's a little lip right here. I'm taking the edge with my fingernails and poking it up under that lip, because when we laid this floor here, I laid this floor with my friend Josh Zajac. He owns a tile company, and when we put it in, these things, they glue in, so I can't just undo the strips, so I'm just poking them under. Before I get too far, I need to get this door closed so I can get to work on the other side. Alright, now I'm taking my fingers and pushing this under a door so that I can close or open the door back up and finish back what I started here, poking these things under that trim. Alright, so this is where I've just kind of took my foot and just kind of made sure everything was pressed in decent for now. Alright, and everything looks good so far. Now I've got this area. Got right there a little strip, right there a little strip. What I'm going to use, now this is where the carpet guys will have a fit. This is carpet tape that you don't use heat. Now they will be having a fit because I didn't use kickers. Alright, fine, I didn't use kicker. Don't want to spend all the money on renting one and then trying to find a place to rent one. And I ain't buying one. As soon as I can, I'm not ever having carpet again. I just hate carpet. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to peel this back, put this tape, and then once I put the tape there, that will bond the two together. And then we can fluff it out and finish it up. Alright, try to put half on one side of the carpet and the other half on the other side of the carpet. But this stuff is like fly paper. It is sticky, sticky, sticky. Alright, it's not perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it is in there. So you can see it's more worn here. This is a high traffic area. You're supposed to use a heat sealing tape in high traffic areas. Okay? I'm telling you what you're supposed to do. I know that. I don't have the heat machine. I ain't renting the heat machine. I ain't buying one. Trying to find one's near impossible around here. But you're supposed to use heat tape, use a heat iron system, and meld the two together. That is not happening. We were lucky. We had scrap carpet. We kept scrap carpet. Most people don't do that. And so if you don't have scrap carpet for something this size, you either have to find something close or rob from a closet, if you have a closet big enough. If you ever buy homes, they're, not new built, which most of us do that. This is an old home. Most people buy old homes at least once in their life. They don't just have something built. But if you do that, you'll notice a lot of times that the carpet in the closet isn't the same. Something's off. It's because they stole from the carpet to do a carpet repair, and then they put something else that was suitable for a closet because nobody ever sees it. You also see it in management properties. They do that a lot. This will work for now. Over time, what will happen is that as the traffic builds and everything, this will kind of get worn. It will never be the same as this older carpet, but it will begin to age with foot traffic. And as foot traffic increases, it'll look more and more natural. But all in all, not a bad repair.